What's up, Rotters, and welcome back to an awfully Mates of Hell Christmas. Back as always is Alex Ayling and Brad Hanson.
Why are we waving like this?
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And once again, coming to you in your ears and your
All over your face.
fuck's sake. There's the bar. We've started. I'm giddy. I'm very excited today that we will be talking about 2005's Gingerdead Man. The Gingerdead Man?
The Gingerdead Man.
The Gingerdead Man, of course. Now, I believe I saw this circa...
Allah.
Alala.
Let me just clear this up. So just before we started recording, I was asked if I'd seen it before, and I said, oh yeah, I saw it a la 2005. And then I realised I meant circa. You said what? In the style
of 2005.
In the style of 2005.
Apropos 2005.
Yes.
What was the original release strategy, distribution strategy for this?
It's Charles Band.
Say no more.
It's Charles Band. So Empire were done. He'd kicked off Full Moon, and he realised that... Not this, I didn't want to alienate anyone, but he realised that the majority of Full Moon watchers just liked, they weren't, it wasn't about, I need a deep...
Don't need a plot or anything.
Don't need anything too deep or plot heavy. I want fun, new characters, like new killers that we can get behind, something we haven't seen before. Yeah, something that comes alive. They like things that come to life. And then Gingerdead Man came up because, of course, last week when we talked about Jack Frost, I don't think we mentioned just how similar the actual plot is to Child's Play, which is about, a serial killer. And this one even more so because there's the black magic, quote unquote, element that they kind of bring up. And it's about then sort of pushing your body into a doll.
It doesn't take
Merry
long.
Christmas, everybody.
It doesn't take long, does it? I did do that once, but I don't want to get...
But they all... No, but he became the snowman, the evil serial killer. And this one, he pushes himself into a...
Oh!
Look at that.
Into a gingerbread man, which I love, gingerbread man. Anyone else?
I find them delectable. Eat it now. There you go. It's happening. While you're doing that, do you want me to hit you with a synopsis?
Oh, you know what? That would be fucking great.
Yeah, sure. You keep eating that, and I'll do the synopsis.
Sustenance.
Everyone's favourite buttered sausage aficionado, Gary Busey, stars...
No! No!
He is!
Say that when he's got gingerbread in his mouth.
Stars as Millard Findlemeyer, a career criminal who we find doing a Pulp Fiction before he opens fire and kills two of the Lee family at a diner before being arrested and executed for his crimes. Surviving Lee family members, Sarah and Betty, run Betty's Bakery, destined to go the way of Woolworths and British home stores and be one of the first casualties on the death of the high street. Not surprising considering their poor inventory management and questionable singular item baking practices. With the threat of closure imminent and only an exceedingly generous $50,000 buyout offer available, it looks like the Lee family may have to rely on head matriarch's insanely accurate drunken shotgun shooting skills to put bread on the table. But what's this? A covert delivery of backdoor gingerbread spices that contain the ashes of the slain psychopath? That inspires the bakers to roll up their sleeves and profusely bleed directly into said spices, activating some kind of unexplained witchy tomfoolery that will mean that this is sure to be dough-laughing matter. But hygiene standards be damned. We've got one solitary gingerbread man to make, bake, and wake. After a kerfuffle with an entitled twat with a rat, the titular Gingerdead Man... I'm so close to finishing. The titular... Oh! It'll be the icing on the cake. The titular Gingerdead... The titular Gingerdead Man is shocked into life, and the bakery staff will be lucky if they see the sun or their cakes rise.
Brad.
That's... You excelled. You didn't write that on the train here.
No.
Wow.
I channeled my Ayling. I thought, what would Alex Ayling do?
That was really good.
I'm worried that you've left us nothing to talk about.
No stone left unturned.
Oh, no. We're good. We're good.
I literally left out from the moment he comes alive. No,
Onwards. no talk about why they stay in the bakery.
Yeah.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that.
So in other
Territories?
territories, thank
Districts.
you. Districts.
District 13.
I surrender. No.
No, I volunteer as tribute. Be a very different film. Just a mass. Yeah.
That's absolutely the GIF I was trying to create, and well, scene as well. I guess not just a GIF because it.
I
Came
mean,
from-
all media is gifts now.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So in Finland, it was gingerbread to die for.
Oh.
I know. But see what it did to you.
It just gave me a little.
It's like one of Nigella's recipes.
Gingerbread to die.
Delightful. I've just been upstairs running myself a bath.
In Japan, it was Gingerdead Man.
Ginger, dead
Dead
man.
Man.
Oh, 3 words.
So it's a dead man who's ginger.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a ginger dead man.
Just blank. I tried to think of a famous ginger person and just blanked.
Carrot top.
Jasper Carrot.
Chris Evans.
Jasper Carrot. No, he's got carrot in his name. He's not ginger.
I think his hair's strawberry blonde. The wisps
right.
of it that was left.
Yeah, Chris Evans. Prince Harry.
Yeah, there's
Right.
loads now, isn't there?
So Prince Harry dead is Japan. Wow. Don't take that out of context. That's right.
You've offered that up to the algorithm now.
Fuck. Mexico, guys.
Please.
Mexico. It was.
Mexico.
Did I do it again?
Mexico.
I'm saying Mexico.
But why are you saying
Mexico.
Mexico?
Mexico.
Mexico. They've all got the same amount
Can I
of
do my little
emphasis.
list?
Do your list.
Go on.
In Southern
America.
America. Southern America, it was macabre sweet.
Ooh.
Isn't it lovely? I wonder if it was sweet macabre, but I don't know. Do they do that French thing and flip?
Let's
things
not
around?
get into conjugation, shall we?
Conjugation, that's it. And then Russia, it was purely cake.
Have your cake and eat it.
Yeah.
I feel like the artwork is.
Isn't that a
moving lot
depressing
heavier
Jennifer
than-
Aniston movie?
That's Jennifer Aniston's
Yeah.
Oscar bid with about
2015.
yeah,
Remember it very well.
Yeah, about she's got chronic pain.
Yeah.
That's not this film.
Cake.
No.
They're both called Cake in Russia.
Well, you don't know
You'd
that
be-
other one.
No, the other one's called Gingerdead Man.
Jennifer Aniston in.
Jennifer Dead Man.
Of course, it has got sequels. It spawned Gingerdead Man 2, Passion of the Crust.
Chef's Kiss, no notes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
perfect.
2008. Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver.
What?
But I need to know if that is a reference to something to do with the film. Is there dancing? Is there a nightclub?
Is there a bakery inside a discotheque?
Is it 70s? Is the flares? I want to jump to that one. And then there was Gingerdead Man versus Evil Bong. That was so that was a.
That's the bottom of the
Is
barrel
that
stuff.
Avengers? Like, is that a crossover?
It is.
Yeah.
It's another Charles Band inanimate object coming
Killer
to
Bong.
life.
Yeah.
Sure.
Putting them together, and he did a lot of these crossovers.
Demonic Toys versus Killer Dolls.
Yeah,
and all that shit.
versus Doll Man, all that. And announced in 2017 was Gingerdead Man rebaked, but it never happened. I mean, never say never.
Never say never. Requels are all the rage these days.
Yeah, that's true. So if I did see it, a la 2005, I don't remember a thing about it. It's how many minutes long?
71 is its official runtime, but there's 13 minutes of credits, so it's 57 minutes long.
Oh, that is Christmas. That's a present.
Oh, when I saw the runtime was 71 minutes, it was like the most beautiful. That was the best Christmas present you ever got me, actually, was the runtime was so short. And then when it finished with 10 minutes to go, I was like, this is even better.
Good, isn't it? It's the same length of like an episode of Bones.
Yeah. It's
Why
short.
did you go for Bones?
Girlfriend's been watching it.
Oh, wow.
It's in my head.
It's shorter than most TV episodes are these days.
yeah, shorter than an episode of Succession.
Yeah.
What else are you watching?
I can't remember.
Famously, TV reviews.
Famously,
Nick.
yeah, don't like TV.
Also, so it's important to talk about the fact that Gary Busey, Boosie or Bussy?
Pop that
No,
bu-
not
Not
Bussy.
Bussy.
No,
Not that last one.
Boosie. So think of it as like Pop That Boosie.
Busey? No, Busey. surely.
Busey?
I don't know.
Say Busey.
I'm going to say Bussy for the rest of this.
Please.
Let's go, girls.
Dun, 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 dun. Man, I feel like a burden.
A burden.
Yeah, that was a viral thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so he is serial killer.
Is he though?
Called
Well, how many
Milton
people do you have to
Findelmeyer.
kill?
Millard Findelmeyer.
Millard.
Millard Findelmeyer.
I feel like he's killed before. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We don't see it though. We just see him dressed quite nicely in all black, tormenting this singular family at this
The
singular diner. Someone gets shot in the head.
waitress.
Waitress, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
I just feel like they did not take this threat seriously. Like they saw him shoot someone point blank in the head. So what they're going to do is just going to like slowly approach him and be like, "Don't shoot me." He gets shot.
Yeah, like it's a
Then the son is
trying to
like-
get the cat to the vet.
Yeah. So the son is like, "Oh, do you know what?
I'll
I'm
do
going
the
to
same.
do exactly the same thing."
And then the whole arc of our lead girl Sarah is, I should have tried to stop him that day.
you're a coward for
yeah,
not.
you're a coward. You've got to, you got to live with this.
No, Sarah,
and she's
you did the right
watched
thing.
this. What can he's got a gun? What
Yeah.
could you have done, Sarah?
Was Betty there?
Probably in the back.
Fucking on the out.
I assumed
Legs
that
up.
was a post-traumatic.
Yeah, I
no,
thought.
it
I
definitely
think it was a
is.
rapid decline.
Her alcoholism was teetering as it was, but that was the
That was the inciting incident.
yeah, that was the ounce that
Yeah, but his mother taught him to finish what he starts. So he doesn't shoot. He does shoot her.
he shoots at her, but then she doesn't die.
Yeah,
We don't know why.
because I was thinking maybe he was like just maimed her.
But also, she doesn't have any wounds.
No,
Like, she's
not that we
like,
see.
She's got like a limp.
carrying a limp. Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's what you would have expected.
I'd have loved a good limp from Sarah.
Yeah. Anything. I'd love anything from Sarah. Christ. Insipid.
I didn't know it was the same girl, and I got whole confusion
Oh,
about.
there's a lot of face
yeah.
blindness when it comes to.
I did not know at all, and then when she started calling the old bag lady mum, I was like, she had a late in life. That's fine. Oh, that wasn't her grandfather at the diner. That was her father, and that was her brother. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
And yes, fuck timings were off.
Fuck timing. Fuck tidings we bring.
But it's 2 years later. Does it say 2 years later, or do we have to work that out for ourselves?
I have no idea where you got 2 years later.
I think it's
Because
one-
he's been on death row for 2 years.
that must have been it then. No.
It is.
No, good.
That was literally it.
So you've answered your own question.
Oh, I see. No, but I was seeing if I missed like a
Oh no.
2 years later. No, okay. So we meet her and she talks to herself quite a bit. When the first time we meet her, I think she goes, tastes something, and goes, not bad, and then lifts something up and goes, story of my life. And then
Oh,
looks
brother.
then looks at a picture and goes, happy birthday, brother. Miss you.
I hope they have strippers in Lone Star in heaven.
That's the one. Titty bar. She calls it later as well.
He'd love it. He loved a titty bar. That
I loved it.
Yeah.
loved it.
So let me put you in a hypothetical situation.
Right.
You run a bakery. It's on its last legs because mum's.
What?
A mysterious
Assassin's Creed type,
Assassin's Creed style canister arrives.
delivered by an Assassin's Creed.
It's
style.
delivered by a cloaked.
She was
Ninja.
giving me- she was giving me Claudia Winkelman in The Traitors.
Yes,
Yes.
very that.
Yes.
That you just see leaving this mysterious figure.
Scottish Widows.
Yeah.
100%. It's not Ocado. It's like it's definitely not something deliverable, recognizable.
No.
You then make what decision with the test it, smell it, what?
So, also, it's a tub of spice. It's not like gingerbread mix.
No.
So it's just
the flavouring.
seasoning. That is an awful lot of seasoning.
Isn't
the
that just
portions are-
cinnamon
I know they're portions,
and
basically.
ginger?
Yeah.
but I know
Nutmeg.
portions are bigger in America. But like even so, also that bakery has got a large kind of industrial-sized like
Oven.
outfit
Furnace.
out back, and all the storage shelves and the whole big warehouse of it all. So maybe she's used to large deliveries.
In her back door.
Just moment silence. For
Pull
that.
the
Moment
plug.
of silence.
That's it. Game over.
See you later. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing. Yeah, so fine. That's what you do. That's okay.
You pick it up and you just use it.
Yeah.
You and your good friend Brick.
I thought the subtitles got it wrong.
No.
I thought surely it's Rick and not Brick, because a brick being a brick and
A Rick being a Rick.
and a Rick being a person.
Yeah.
But no,
No.
his name's Brick.
Yes. But you can call him the Butcher Baker.
Yes, you can. So, yes, decides to use the mysterious unknown powder in her produce of her failing bakery. And then Brick bleeds into said powder.
They move the hand to
Yeah,
Yes.
hypothetical situation.
Thank you.
You cut your hand
Yeah.
in a place of work.
Yes.
Let's say it's a food preparation place
Area.
of work area.
They're not wearing gloves already.
You're already not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been. But anyway,
Yes.
you've cut yourself. You're starting to bleed. Where would you move to?
Cinnamon.
Straight to the cinema.
Straight
Yeah.
to the cinnamon and
Famously.
ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Very absorbent.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Did you not do the cinnamon challenge? It's like really clags everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely. that.
Coagulates the wound.
So yeah. Oh, let's catch that blood. We don't get it on the surface. So into the fucking canister of the powder that showed up randomly, bled in it. What?
No notice. Did they care that the blood was going in?
You have to. The thing is, later on, the lid gets put back on, so that blood is on top of that thing. With what you see when you look in there is blood. But it's so lucky because there's a lot of there's a series of coincidental things that lead to the Gingerdead Man being created. That had one of them not happened, he wouldn't be with us today. Because it's the mysterious delivery, bleeding into it. That's an element of it. Shoddy electrics, so that when the fuse box gets knocked, a giant Tesla style.
I love blue electricity.
The
Yeah,
giant
80s.
Tesla style.
tangible electricity. It's always good to see.
That goes into it, and also he was molded and formed into a humanoid, a shape.
Yeah.
Famously, you don't put the toppings on a gingerbread
Before
man before you bake it. You put them while he's cooling.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
But also, you don't use bloody random.
You don't normally use bloody random stuff. Also, at this point, we also hear a conversation where we find out that Millard has been cremated. All they say is he's been cremated and sent to his mother. And then the girl goes, "How sick is that?" That's fairly standard practice.
Where else would you send him?
That's fairly standard practice.
Yeah. So are we supposed to believe that Claudia Winkleman was the mum? Was that
Yes, that's the mum. That's the mum delivering because his
this
ashes are in the
Yeah.
gingerbread mix.
Presumably with some like Wicca shit.
Yeah, but, which, as I said, miscellaneous.
Wicca isn't evil.
Oh right, right. 'Cause
I'm
we're gonna get
cancelled
into.
now.
We're gonna get into that.
Okay, some
Wicca's
You want-
good.
some
do you want-
occult shit.
Yeah.
You want to get
There you
cursed? Don't get cursed.
What? What do you think
Got
happened to me
challenging them.
to get me on the? Why do you think I'm
What do you
sitting
think I'm
here? Was it? This is not a curse.
Open
What-
challenge, Wiccans. He says.
No. Yeah. So Claudia Winkleman is Gary Busey's mum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Canonical. So the next human is Gary
Canonical.
Gooseman.
Wikipedia now.
Gary Gooseman.
Barry Gooseman.
Oh no.
Barry Goose.
Barry Gooseman's grandmother's Nanette Nipton. That's not right. Is that right?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Can't breathe.
Okay, so Barry Gooseman.
Then you changed it again. Barry Gooseman's grandmother's Nanette.
Is that Claudia Winkleman's mum?
I'm crying.
How do you know that?
Oh no, have I got that wrong? Who's Claudia Winkleman's got a famous mum?
Oh, I don't think it matters.
Oh, Janet Ellis. No, that's Sophie Ellis Bextor. Because Ellis. Okay, so.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but then we meet Is it Betty?
Betty's drunkenly firing at a tarpaulin sign.
She
a good
is
shot.
an excellent shot.
Great shot.
In the West.
Notoriously close range shotgun from distance.
Yes, shotgun. Oh, yeah, but she's like pistoling it off.
Yeah.
I love her straight up. As I said, must have had Sarah later in life, or the last 2 years have aged her.
Eve
Doesn't
Pollard.
matter though. Sue Pollard.
Eve Pollard.
Oh, I didn't know Sue.
Okay.
Sue Pollard. I don't.
You just did a Brad there, by the way.
You did do an
I
absolute.
know, but
Brad.
it was doing
Must
my
know.
head.
We see the little hand come through the dough. Very Child's Play too, I thought.
With the
but
plastic, yeah.
what does that mean? He's already forming.
Oh, you're right.
He's not been.
Baked.
So he's not been shaped into.
Yeah.
How is he already
Gingerbread
shaping a hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
Or is it maybe a clump?
I thought it was flipping the bird as well. I swore it had like a
Probably.
little middle finger going on.
It seems like the type of thing that would happen in this.
Yeah.
image.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we also-
Jimmy,
Jimmy
Cowboy
Dean.
Jimmy.
Dean.
So he's opening up the big restaurant opposite that's going to be running them out of business.
In a year from now,
What?
he's like, in a year from now, we're going to open up this.
That's his business prediction.
No, that's when it's opening.
No, is
Yeah,
it?
That's what he says. He's like, in a year from now, this is going to open. We're going to be putting you out of business.
She's got a bit of time then.
Exactly.
She's already shooting off the fucking signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he offers them $50,000 to buy them out, not because he's worried about competition. He's just concerned with the vista for his patrons. He
He's
doesn't
all
want
about progress.
He doesn't want he's gentrification
Yeah.
embodied himself. He doesn't want his clientele looking at an ugly ass bakery that I thought when I first saw it said Belly's Bakery. But I think that may be the poor render on Full Moon subscription service.
Well, we should mention that as well. This film has not had even a 1K restoration.
no,
It is.
we're still on bits.
I really wanted to see what was on some people, like Amos's T-shirt, and I had to wait for so long, thinking it was going to be really cool, and then it wasn't
Because you couldn't see.
because you can't see it.
I had the biggest moment of cognitive dissonance when, during this film, she pulled out a mobile phone. I was like, how have you got a mobile phone in the 80s? Oh, wait, it's 2005.
Because we have been covering
Yeah.
Fulci's films.
Yeah.
And also, it looked like it was shot on a fucking potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as I said to you, the eyebrows date it. Because they've all got those thin,
The little
what all the ladies did in the 2005s.
Yeah, the pencil
pencil
drawn.
line. Ooh.
Gone the other
But
way
yeah,
now.
so he's
Oh, they're like this now, like Groucho Marx.
so he's offered to buy the bakery, 50K. And then Sarah has her I missed something. And then Sarah has her emotional exposition dump to Brick. To Brick.
Brick.
Oh, for God's sake.
Rick shoots his shot.
Yeah, and then we get
He doesn't get a date to wrestle a palooza.
He has to go in. Well, they let amateurs wrestle. Now, famously, scripted wrestling allowing amateurs to wrestle. It doesn't.
It seems like a recipe for disaster.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
nice.
Thank you.
Sprinkled that in.
That wasn't a half-baked joke, was it?
Okay.
Okay. If you think that's bad, you should watch the film. There's loads of these.
Yeah.
Guys, we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
we
yeah.
have a hard out. Okay, so she does that, and then this is when she forms the gingerbread man that will become the Gingerdead Man. Massive fucking. I hate how thin the limbs are. Does that bother you?
That bothered me. What also bothered me? No wonder they're going out of business. If they're going to turn on a giant
Convection
industrial
oven.
convection, this whole thing
For
one
one-
thing. I was convinced up until the first time you see the gingerbread man that it was going to be life size. Like I was convinced it was like a human-sized gingerbread.
Because of the face on it.
man,
It
'cause
makes
of
it
the
look
face.
like it.
Made it look like that. And only when like I thought it was going to grow in the oven, like that was part of the magic. And then he came out, and I was like, oh,
Is this
so
it?
you made that whole oven
For one of
for
these.
one of these.
I mean, it's bigger than a regular gingerbread man.
And then all that dough off to the side.
I know,
Well, you'd reform it and roll it back out.
but she and then
But
put
she
it
doesn't.
in,
And
and
you
put it
cut
in with
some
the
more.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's also bitch daughter Lorna, Miss Fuckface,
Twat with the rat.
Miss Fuckface of
Twat with the
Wacko, or
rat.
whatever it is.
I mean, she should just let them get on with it. They're going to put themselves out of business on hygiene standards. Any
Hygiene
day now.
standards, yeah, as I
The
said,
rat's the least of your worries when there's human blood in your.
in your gingerbread.
But it's good that she's there because she is one of the elements that we need to get the electric surge and all that.
Thanks, Lorna.
Yeah, perfect. And that's what brings him to life. All of those things.
Finally, the Gingerdead Man arrived.
It's only about 20 minutes in.
But that's nearly
Yeah,
half.
that's half the movie.
It's true.
He's out and he pops. He's just like ready.
Sassy.
He's straight out the gate, sassy. Sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking Doughboy. I do the same voice for any small
Yeah.
animated creature.
Yeah.
But so did the actors. To be
Yes,
fair.
that's fair.
So by making that reference when he comes out and goes, "Sure ain't the Pillsbury Doughboy," he knows he's aware he's a ginger man.
He's self-aware.
Yeah.
He's aware that he's a gingerdead bread
So
man.
therefore, was it all planned? Like, did he know that when his ashes were going to be sent back to his mum,
Must
that
have
she
been.
was going to mix them
Witchy.
into? She was going to do some
they've
kind
gotta
of
be
black
like-
magic
yeah.
ritual with specifically baked goods.
Yeah, well, specifically gingerbread.
Yeah,
baked
because it's
goods.
labelled that, so that was all part
But
of it.
what if they'd made a gingerbread house? Then it would have been the gingerbread dead house. And then
Fuck,
There's a big fucking house
it.
going around killing
Oh,
I
people.
love that.
Oh, did you know what though? Like the bakery near me does little gingerbread dinosaurs. That would have been fun.
Right, yeah.
Smarties for eyes.
Pret does something interesting. Or the Christmas tree. Yeah, a little gingerbread Christmas tree.
Well, fortunately, they made him Anamorphnick.
Yeah, that is very fortunate.
Yes.
Anamorphnick. Anamorphnick.
Yeah. Good. And then we get our three main, because it's Amos, the Lorna's boyfriend, rocks up.
Yeah. From nowhere.
No.
He's just got
no.
tired of waiting in the car.
And I think it's really interesting to just clock at this point that they have free use of the door to the bakery. As in, they
In
go
and out.
out and they come in.
Yeah.
And they pop in
There's
and out.
multiple exits, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
they pop in and out throughout this movie.
Yeah.
But they remain in the bakery.
They do try and explain that away, but poorly.
Go on. When do they?
When the
Because when she says, "No, guys, he can get us out there as well as in here," and I would argue not as well
No.
in the outdoors.
There's a lot more outside than there is
Yeah.
inside.
Inside, he has things he can climb on. Wide open space. He's a bit stumped.
well, he gets in the car.
Well,
does
you
drive
can
a
wait.
car.
With the car, we'll
He
get
does
to.
drive- yeah.
But like at one point, so this is skipping forward a bit, but like they do try and escape. She trips the booby trap, and so then they're like, "Oh, now we can't leave because he's booby trapped all the exits."
No.
That's
No,
what they
but-
say.
okay, but
so they're trying
after
to
that,
explain it, but also
They still go in and out once more.
But presumably that's because he's booby trapped all the exits apart from the one that she literally just tripped. Like, sorry, you're dead, but also now you've cleared the way. You could now go through that door.
Yeah. But she's also popped out to see that her dad's dead.
Oh, that's true.
And her dad, and says, "I miss you." And she pops.
Once again, also a weird age range between these because they
Yes.
look more like
I
contemporaries.
thought it was the younger woman.
But
Maybe it's a stepdad and she doesn't have as strong feelings for him and there's a less of an age difference.
But she hates Sarah because of the 50,000. That's why she's trying to, and it just feels weird because if you're the daughter, it's like that's yours anyway.
I don't think we're going to get any further. on
Okay.
that.
Anyway, so he knows the gingerbread man. What is that story about the Ouija girl named Rosilla?
I stopped listening.
Okay.
checked out of that one.
Yeah.
But I was like, this might be important. Oh, it was a girl who was wrapped in tin foil and sent across the land,
I just know.
mocking trumpets at that point.
Oh, yes, don't. Oh, please, can we talk about the subtitles?
Yeah,
at some
please,
point?
go on.
Do you want to do it now?
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, once again, listeners, if you're and viewers, if you're on this, please put the subtitles on because there are some wonderful musical cues that get interpreted. So this entire film, actually, the score sounds like when X-Files would do like a comedy episode.
Yes,
And they've got one person just on a Casio doing.
definitely.
That's the whole score of this. And every single cue sounds exactly the same. It's like tinny, synthy, whatever. But the person on the subtitles is obviously fucking bored in their job and has started to reinterpret some of this music. So some of my favourite
Richard
interpretations:
I'm
have no
assuming.
idea.
Probably will be Richard.
whimsical orchestral music, mocking trumpet blasts,
Mocking.
mocking woodwind music, ominous orchestral music, suspenseful brassy music, mockingly dramatic music,
Oh.
mocking piano music, ominous rumbling music, suspenseful orchestral music, intensifying suspenseful music, gentle chiming music, and my favourite, satirically dramatic orchestral music.
What? What?
Satirically dramatic orchestral
That's-
music. All of these musics
How'd you do
sound
that?
exactly the same.
That's incredible. Wow, they definitely had fun typing those in. Mocking trumpet sounds. But Betty rocks up to the bakery. Right, now,
Betty.
they've seen that the Gingerdead Man, the three kids, they've sort of let him run away. They've kind of then flirted a bit and chatted. Not really
Doing anything.
Yeah, not really panicking, not really going for help. Oh, my cell phone's dead. Well, that's it. We're fucked. Not the doors or anything.
Yeah.
But when Betty rocks up, so she comes back into the bakery. She's a bit sauced. And she starts saying, "Oh, what's going on here?
Something
it
doesn't seem
can't
right."
be him. It can't be him." So, but she's talking about Findle Mulbender. What is it?
Millard Findelmeyer.
Yeah, but what can't be him?
Oh, no.
Well, she then sees him, and he's kind of like flirting with her.
The Gingerdead Man.
And not only that, she seems like she's kind of like into it.
Well,
I was like, are they going to kiss?
Oh.
And then he says to her, ever tried a lady finger? And then cuts her finger off.
I didn't hear that line.
Yeah.
He does
I
say
heard
that.
that line.
Ever tried a lady finger?
Yeah.
And he cuts her finger off.
It's
Slices her
gross.
finger off, and she lands in a laundry car.
A laundry car at their bakery restaurant.
I know.
And then he goes, maybe you really should stop drinking, you lush. Which is like really
So-
harsh.
Don't worry about my finger, but my heart.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
But then there's the other girl, Julia, who's one of the other bakery girls who comes in and out. We don't know really where she goes. She comes in to find Betty legs up in a laundry basket.
Could be a standard practice. We don't know.
Well, yeah, blood all over, and she goes, "Oh, how did you get back? What are you doing here, hey?"
What kind of state you in?
Yeah, but blood
Yeah.
everywhere, legs up, legs up.
Legs.
Legs at Kimbo.
I think that's what was going to happen in my mouth.
And then we get that horrible contrivance
Which?
everyone hates, where he hits her with the frying pan. and
Yes.
That's going to leave a mark. Oh, we don't like that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't like that at all.
Yeah, frying pans are not the baby. So then, the lights go out in the bakery, and they're all like, "Oh, the Gingerdead Man that they've seen running around, fucking being mental, and the fact that it's a gingerbread man." And they say, "Oh gosh, it must be the weather." And it's like, why are you still in the bakery, and why are you not assuming everything weird
It's to do with the
the
anthropomorphic
reanimated fucking anamorphic
ginger
ginger
man.
man?
Ginger man. So yeah, then they crush Jimmy Dean. She comes back, and then Mummy wakes back up.
How is he driving the car?
He's got a rolling pin.
Oh, it was a rolling.
I didn't see
pin.
anything.
It's a silver rolling pin that he's using to operate the gas
So has he
pedal.
got prehensile toes on his ginger
Maybe
toe?
he hasn't fully cooled yet, and he can.
Also, isn't he fully flat? So it's like he
He's got the steering wheel,
yeah.
and he's got the. But how? Maybe he's got the. Like people who can pick things up with their toes. Maybe he's.
I
like
can do that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm quite apey in that regard.
Simeon.
Simeon, yes. And then Mum wakes back up and says that him returning from the dead is her last straw.
Yeah, well, that's it.
that is it.
Now I'm out.
Right. I've already become a drunken lush who's very adept at shooting shotguns. But this guy turning back up, I'm not having this.
No,
I'm not
that's
having it.
that's the camel that broke the straw.
The straw that broke the camel's back. And this is when they talk about how they're all locked in, but this bakery has an absurd amount of exits. Like,
It's
so many.
absolutely insane. And at one point, doesn't Amos say to who's our main girl?
Fuck no.
Julia.
Julia.
No.
Sarah.
Sarah.
He says to Sarah, "Oh, I'm only with Lorna because she pays for my beer and pizza." And that to her is like green flag. She's like,
they immediately
I am
start
so
kissing.
into him.
But she's already had a conversation with Lorna, who says she's not into Amos
Yeah.
either. She only gets possessive because she doesn't want anyone else to have him, but she doesn't really like him.
But Sarah's wanted her since the sixth birthday party when she gave him a bloody nose.
Yeah. Nothing says true love like a 6-year-old punching you in the face.
Yeah.
Destined to be together.
Yeah. So yeah, Kimmy, Jimmy's dead. It's happening. We're getting to that time.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have trouble? Is it just the graininess? Amos sees something on the floor and goes, "Guys, what is that?" And he follows it to the freezer with a torch. And
There was a trail of like flour or cream or something.
Yeah,
Was there?
Because then we find
Trifle boobs.
We find
Julia with the cherry nipples.
That's
Why did he do that? What was his
He's
motive?
an artist.
But if you saw earlier, we talk about this bakery's failing business model with the fucking fully stocked shelves at night and all that sort of shit. She's piping a cake using the biggest icing
yes,
bag
yes.
I've ever seen in my life.
The waste.
So I'm guessing the wastage from that is what he's
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're
Cover
right.
her.
Everything's very well
all-
sculpted.
Very
using
good.
in the icing.
Yeah. But then Sarah, she's finally worked out that it's Brindle Mindleflank.
Yeah. Pindle might have buyer. Yeah.
Back for revenge. Yeah, still, they just leave her on the floor there. They cover her up basically with the towel while she's like fitting. And
I was
She
sure
carries on
she was
flirting.
dead, but no, she was fine.
We find out she's not dead.
she's absolutely fine.
Yeah, good for her.
This is also
She's
when we find
actually
out that
back
she wants to do nursing.
Oh, Lorna, she just wants to help people.
But the other guy's like, listen, maybe aim a bit higher.
Hmm.
You could probably be a surgeon because you're so smart and pretty.
Oh, wow.
And that to her is like, right,
Yeah.
Catnip.
I am going to let him go to third base now.
I was on tenterhooks knowing what was coming out of your mouth then,
Yeah.
and that was actually really restrained. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
I
I
was-
was looking at camera and it really sort of grounded me.
Yeah.
There are people
I-
watching. I can't say what I want to say.
This is for life.
Yeah.
This is on the internet.
Yeah.
The internet doesn't go
Immemorial.
away.
Shit, we're not even behind a Patreon wall.
We're not. No, we're not behind a
Oh, I
paywall.
totally misjudged that.
Am I gonna have to like? Are these episodes gonna be like 4 minutes each?
Yeah,
Basically.
edit that out.
Fantastic.
So anyway, how about a facial?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's true.
I was so relieved that all he did was slash her face with a knife. I have to tell you.
I'll tell you what though, the icing could have come into play again then.
No, but he could just mean like a cosmetic facial.
Could have.
Appealing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Appealing.
Yeah.
As in it's
A chemical-
appealing.
No, a chemical
A chemical
peel.
peeling.
Oh, appealing. I thought you just suddenly went, appealing.
Appealing.
So yeah, no, they decide to stay in the enclosed space with lots of climbing apparatus for the short person.
Yeah.
The short person. That's a gingerbread man. Yeah, Amos doubles down with Sarah that nobody's leaving. We're going to stick together because he can get us out there just as well as he can get us in here. That sounds.
Not, it's just not true.
What if
That
it
sounds-
rains? You'd be fine.
Where are they in America?
Bakery. Oh,
Waco, Texas.
Oh, that's
Waco.
right. Probably not that much rain.
Because the
Yeah.
evil woman is Miss Pretty Face of Waco.
Waco. Yeah.
And then she gets stabbed in the head.
Yeah, by the trap
yes.
which he set. At some
Yes.
point.
And then this is where Sarah gets to do her big Jennifer Love Hewitt from I Know What You Did Last Summer moment where she's like,
I saw it.
it's me you want! Come and get me! What are you waiting for?
And she even throws her arms back
Yeah.
and does like a turn. It was wonderful.
Well, this is,
Yeah.
This is after I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
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 Miles
Well, yeah, no,
after.
it's
After,
definitely a.
It's the same year King Kong
I know,
came
but I
out.
have to keep reminding myself that this is not from the 80s.
Yeah. I also think the trap was kind of incredible because it's a piece of string that just managed to drop an unattached
Oh, that's
knife
true.
directly into her head.
Pinged
Yeah.
straight into the forehead.
Yeah, but then Jennifer Love Hewitt, I've got that as well. Amazing. Yeah, and then so the whole thing is I was too afraid to stop him 2 years ago. Not too afraid to.
Reasonably afraid.
Yes.
I think it's perfectly okay to be afraid of
The gunman.
a gunman who's literally just killed your dad and your brother in front of your face.
Yeah.
Give yourself a break, love.
And then Mum's cooking in the huge furnace. Was,
Yeah.
But she's not really like cooking.
No.
No, she's heating up. She's preheating.
So is that why it's already hot when he gets thrown in and he immediately starts screaming?
Because
She's
it's
gotta
all the
preheat
traps
the
to
oven.
lure Sarah in because he clearly doesn't. So she goes in to get her mum out, which actually turns out to be a trap because he then pushes Sarah with all the tensile
he-
strength of a biscuit.
He's knocked out Amos.
Oh.
Amos is out.
Was that a homophobic slur?
What's he say?
Well, we got one straight at the beginning when he calls him, because the boy he goes, first Gary Busey in the diner, sorry, I'm eating. He goes, I can smell female. And he goes, you look
feminine-
like some sort of sissy boy.
Oh,
feminine,
okay, sure.
feminine essence, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
well,
then he
that's
says,
a, yeah.
say
Same.
goodnight, cream puff. I just wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Coded.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah,
happens?
good question.
What the fuck
Just in
happens
general.
to Brick?
He comes back,
No, I know you're going to tell me what we see on screen.
right?
What I want to know is, does he go a bit gingerbready?
He eats.
No, I
eats the
know,
gingerbread
I
man,
know.
and then the gingerbread infuses into his bloodstream.
You're saying it like that is so acceptable and
You
understandable.
realise the film we're watching?
No, I do.
Why is this the leap of faith that you can't make?
This is what just like Betty.
Yeah.
This is my line.
This is your,
line.
This is your Waterloo.
Well, my issue is that he saw them through the window, famously windowless back office where they all are. So he didn't see them through the window, but he comes back,
Bites his head off.
bites his head off.
and
Says got milk.
but also, why is the biscuit now bleeding?
I didn't
There's
like
a
that.
huge amount of. I didn't like it.
I didn't like that.
There's a
all
lot
gross.
of blood around it.
Why is it
There's
got
more.
like a
Sinewy.
a vein map?
At the same time, what another leap of faith here is that the girl that was icinged up has
Sorry.
somehow
Just
What's the vein map?
arteries. That's what I meant.
the artery map.
Just
Right.
arteries.
Just artery.
All I could think of was vein map.
Vein map. Normal.
Sorry, go on.
So the girl that was covered in icing has now
Julia.
defrosted herself.
Yes.
Julia.
Nice.
Julia.
She did
And
that,
she's
yeah.
now redressed herself as well. And left just like a little smudge.
Little bit.
We remember.
Missed the bit on a clav.
I think the cherries are still on as well underneath.
I definitely think they are. I definitely think they are. So he said, but then, right, so he says got milk and it's like, haha, that's saying. But then they hand him milk and
It's wild.
he chunks
Maybe it was
it.
just a
So,
question.
yeah, that's what I think. They took it. Well, either he meant it as a joke and they took it literally.
Yeah.
We got milk.
Yeah. got
But
loads.
but obviously in those adverts, everyone's always got a moustache.
Yes.
But he's covered in blood and says, "Got milk." And maybe it's
Milk
something
and
we
cookies.
because that campaign wasn't over here. Maybe
don't know.
it's
Milk and cookies, I think.
milk
Answer in
and
the comments.
cookies.
If it made sense.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It took this. Fuck. And
Eat
so
me, you punk bitch.
yeah,
That's what he says.
Yes,
and then he
punk
does.
bitch.
Yeah.
And so he does. And then he comes back, but
gets
a bit gingerbready with a blue tongue.
Why is the tongue blue?
I don't know.
Why is the tongue
It
blue?
ain't over, girl, not by a long shot. Turns out it is over quite quickly.
It's nearly over.
It's like
almost
5
very,
minutes.
very close to being over.
Yes.
Then he says, "Give me some sugar, baby." Not having that.
That's your line. We've all reached our line. Well, you, me, and
Not-
Betty.
Yeah, I'm not having fucking Ash from Evil Dead lines.
Yeah.
It's spouted by
Brick.
the amateur wrestler at WrestlePalooza.
Who now looks like a vampire from Buffy the Vampire
Yeah.
Slayer.
It's so Buffy.
Yeah.
And then he says something about the Candyman can for some reason, and then they just push him in the oven.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
just go, and he just like, oh,
Quite
no!
happily, yeah.
just falls in.
The end.
But as soon as he's in there, he's screaming in pain, considering the mum was basically napping in there earlier.
Yeah.
It's
Been heating up this whole
time. I like that. Then
cut to.
cut to
Yes, the coda.
bakery open, normal day. No, okay. What I want to know is, what did they say to the police?
What event is being celebrated at this bakery? now?
That.
Is this the anniversary of
Grand reopening.
the grand opening?
So when this all went down, what did they go to? What was their opener to the police? Did they all have a
Where's
discussion
Brick?
and go, listen, I don't think we can claim this was a gingerbread man because
That no one's going.
because then everyone's going to go.
I think
"You
they
lot
blame
are-"
Brick, right? I think that's what you do. You blame Brick.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
Because his body's going to be in there.
Well,
Yeah.
Lorna's body's got a knife sticking out
Exactly.
of the forehead.
So do you
When they
reckon
dust
they
the
all
car
said,
for
let's...
Betty's missing a finger.
When they dust the car for fingerprints, they're only going to find crumbs.
Yeah, I think they must have agreed, though. X-nay on the ginger nay.
I think that's not a concern of theirs. And then when you see the two nurses, I thought one of them was Sarah, and I was like, "Oh, she's done it."
She's done it. She's made it.
that was quick.
She did it.
She did it. She believed Amos. No, just
no.
two nurses.
Just two nurses hanging out. But they brought some gingerbread. So are they... Oh, I don't want to get in trouble, but are they, like, part of the coven? Because they had the gingerbread men.
Couldn't you just die?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
And then you open it up. And
Googly eyes.
Googly eyed.
Yeah, actual googly eyes.
Actual...
On the gingerbread man.
Spooky.
Men.
Dead.
Yeah, I love that it's taken me this whole episode to eat
a
one.
singular one.
And I've just got a little foot left.
I'm going to need to watch the video. I was convinced that every time you were eating something, it was a new one. And I was like, where is he getting them all from? Because the packet's down here.
That's
It's like, you need to stash them all under
Got
a
them all.
cushion.
Crumbs everywhere.
Okay.
No, and to put put close to this.
Footnote.
Oh, Bradley.
No, I liked it. This I've just got his foot left. Okay,
Cheers.
right here
Cheers
we
'em.
go. Oh, it's got a kick.
And then at the end,
Oh.
and then it finishes with 10 minutes to go, and you get the full. Here are all everyone's best bits above their name.
Yeah.
You expect to hear "Roll to Me," you know, look around
Yeah.
your world, pretty lady.
But it's a full 10 minutes. Like, why did they even bother?
I didn't watch
have
it.
To be, but did it have to
I'd-
be a certain length of time?
I think in order to
Well, you've
clarify,
got to get everyone's name on it.
No, but
it can't take that long.
You could then, but when the credits roll, they are the slowest rolling credits I've ever. So I think they must have said, like, we have to get to 70 minutes. You have to.
Yeah,
have to.
maybe.
That must have been what it was. So like, we'll do
But
10
this,
minutes.
a lot of these full moon films on this era, like I rewatched Killjoy, and that's like 54 minutes or something as well. I think he tested. These are all testers of new villains, and they're always like around an hour or under an hour.
It's like a pilot movie.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
basically. And then whichever ones take he carries on. And I think I do want to watch the sequels. I've never seen them. Not
I've
all
never
of
seen.
them.
I've not even know I've seen the
I
sequel.
think I'm gonna have to. I just want to see.
We've got the.
Saturday Night
We've all
Fever.
got the
We've got
full
the
moon.
subscription
We've
now,
got
we
the
can do it.
subscription.
Let's go.
Got nothing
He's
else
won.
to do.
Charles has won.
What are you doing now?
Yeah, got an hour spare.
That's
Knock it.
night sorted. Loved it. Loved it. Out of the two,
So far?
yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
It's not.
I think Jack Frost.
It's Jack Frost.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Frost is
Better.
better than this.
Better.
Also, this film is distinctly not very Christmassy.
Yes.
No Christmas music, no Christmas decorations.
Why?
Oh,
Are we covering it?
Because it's a gingerbread man in it, and that Christmas. But the rest of it is not Christmas.
Is a gingerbread man?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a staple of
Yes.
Christmas.
But it's not a festive movie. There's no festive
I
music.
didn't clock that, and yet I felt festive watching it.
It's because of the hat.
I wasn't wearing this.
He wasn't wearing anything when he was watching it.
I was just wearing whipped cream and cherries.
Just covered in Twining's tea.
Hundreds of thousands. Just Lily's kitchen, dog food.
I thought you were talking about
Not
my
your wife.
Right.
The-
My wife. You married me.
A YouTube exclusive.
God.
Poor Lily.
Poor Lily.
Right, so next week it's Brad. No, it's
It's my
Alex's
choice. This was
choice.
Brad's problem.
I chose Jack Frost. You chose this.
So I had the unenviable task of trying to find a movie that neither of you had seen so that we could all experience it together. So I've gone for one that is not available.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to find somewhere, which is from either 1988 or 1989,
Depending on who you ask.
depending on who you ask, the movie Elves.
I have been wanting to see this film for decades because I saw the VHS once when I was a kid, and it was the present with an elf's hand coming out, unwrapping itself. Then I never saw it again after that day, so I never got to rent it, and it's never been properly available. But there, we'll find.
Life
find
Life
finds
finds
a
a
way.
way.
Aren't there Nazis in it as well? Isn't there a Nazi subplot?
Think so.
You and your Nazis.
Yeah, he loves it.
You chose Nazis last time.
It's Nazi discussion I want to be getting.
Oh, okay.
with you.
No,
Right.
we're not doing that. Again.
Thank you very much. Hit subscribe.
Sure.
I think
Give
that's
us a like.
Give us a like and
Please
hit
don't cancel us.
Subscribe, yes. And peace off. Merry Christmas. Hope you're having an awful time.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.